Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Mitnick and I'm the Chief Hacking Officer at KnowBe4. And I always get questions surrounding password management. People always asking, how can I choose the best password so I don't end up compromised? So what do I recommend is that people get away from passwords and start using passphrases, or what I like to call pass sentences. And those passphrases should be 25 characters or more. I know what you're thinking, wait a second, that's too long, 25 characters? How am I going to possibly remember that? Well, you know what? It's really simple. How about a simple sentence is I went to the beach today and swam in cold water, right? Something that's so easy to remember, but so hard for an attacker to crack. Now, you can make it a little bit more complex and misspell one of the words in the sentence. And by all means, you always want to use multi-factor authentication. So when you're accessing cloud-based applications or websites, any of those websites that allow you to do so, always enable multi-factor authentication. And what I recommend is using something like a YubiKey that uses FIDO technologies. The other thing you need to do is actually choose another passphrase for your password manager. And a password manager allows you to manage the rest of your credentials. So you choose a master password to unlock the password manager, and the password manager takes care of the rest. So what are the common password managers out there? Well, there's 1Password, that's one of my favorites, LastPass, and KeePass. And you could actually configure these password managers to randomly create, for example, 15-character passwords. Like if you're using sites that don't allow you to use anything over 15 characters, you could actually configure your password manager to do that for you. So let me show you how easy it is for a threat adversary to crack your passwords. Now, ordinarily, what an attacker is going to do is they're going to break into your company and they're going to get to Active Directory and they're going to extract all the password hashes for your users, and then they're going to crack those offline. Okay, so let me actually show you how that works. So I'm going over here to this website that allows me to generate random words, right? So we're going to pick words that are 14 characters long. Right here, I put in 14. I'm going to hit generate. So all this is doing is generating a word list because I just want to pick a random word. So I'll just I don't know, pick something long. Quadrilateral, right? So I'm going to pick that word and I'm going to plug this into a different website, a different web form that allows me to convert this word to leet speak, right? So instead of, an I, it might be a 1, or instead of an O, it might be a 0. I'll show you what happens when we do so. So let's pick a random number. Well, what's the date today? Let me go over to the date. It's September 12th. So I'm going to go ahead and stick in a 12. And then let's pick two symbols, two random symbols. We could use a star, we could use a $sign. So then what we're going to do is take this string here, this word, 2 numbers and 2 symbols, and we're going to convert it to leet speak. And here we go. And if you take a look here, right here, this actually looks quite complex. You would think that an attacker could crack that password if that is the password you're using to log into your computer. But what the truth of the matter is, an attacker can do so quite easily. So let me actually show you how that works. So I'm going to copy the password. I'm going to go over to my password cracker, and I'm using 8 GTX GPUs. So I get billions of password tries a second with Windows NTLM hashes. That's in the billions, not the millions, the billions. So what I'm going to do is run my program. I'm going to put in the leet speak credential. That looks like complete gibberish. I'm going to hit enter. And then what my program does is it generates here an NTLM hash. Because Windows doesn't store your plain text password in the operating system, it stores the NTLM hash in Active Directory and in the operating system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit enter to continue. And there's going to be a little bit of a pause because my cracker has to actually start up. So let me hit enter. And as you can see here, we have the 8 GeForce GTX 1080 cards. So we get an extremely fast rate of password cracking. And it's started. So I'm going to hit a status. And as you can see here, I'm getting quite a bit of password tries a second. Wow, it already finished. So it literally took under a minute. We started at 034822 and we ended at 034853, and we're able to crack that password hash with my 8 GPU cracker. So again, how are you going to protect yourself against a threat adversary cracking your password? Stop using passwords. Start using passphrases, 25 characters or more, a sentence with spaces. So it's extremely easy for you to remember. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you could always misspell one of the words in the sentence. Always use multi-factor authentication wherever you possibly can. And remember, if you have a very complex password, you can't stop malware, malicious software, from intercepting your password with a keylogger. You also can't stop a sophisticated hacker from a spear phishing campaign. What you have to do is use KnowBe4's new security awareness training and simulated phishing to mitigate that type of attack. So please stay safe out there. Start using passphrases instead of passwords. Thank you so much.